Tony Amati was someone who was considered to be highly intelligent, even exhibiting symptoms of OCD. After he graduated high school with honors in 1994, it seemed like his whole personality changed. This supposedly normal guy had turned evil, recruiting his friends to help him rob a gun store. After they made off with a massive haul, Tony and his friends would then go around Las Vegas, shooting people, simply for the fun of it. After blood evidence linked him to one of the murders, he became the prime suspect. His two accomplices would be caught after they sold their stolen guns to undercover police, but Tony went on the run, using multiple fake IDs to avoid capture, as he was even added to the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Welcome to History's Biggest Villains. Tony Amati was born on June 28, 1976 in Carbondale, Illinois, but he and his family moved to Las Vegas in 1992. Tony graduated from Clark High School with honors in 1994, working as a telemarketer while still in school. A doctor at his trial would say that Tony was highly intelligent, even showing many symptoms of OCD, testifying that he had the personality characteristics of what you would see in an accountant. For some unexplained reason, Tony's personality changed and he turned to crime. He gathered two accomplices, 27-year-old Troy Sampson and 23-year-old Edward James. The trio would then rob a gun store in Vegas, stealing $30,000 and 75 guns. Now that they had the means, the three would drive around looking for victims to kill at random. They found their first target on May 27, 1996, as they spotted 27-year-old Michael Mata. He was homeless, rummaging through trash cans when the trio pulled up. Michael was shot 20 times. In July, the group approached 48-year-old John Garcia as he was working in his garage. John was shot in the head as witnesses saw a group of men running from the scene. A month later, the three pulled up to the Tropicana Village apartments looking to rob someone. They spotted 22-year-old Keith Dyer and his friend Stacy Dooley as he was walking her home. The robbery attempt ended with Keith getting 13 bullets in his back, as Tony was laughing and jumping around while he shot Keith. Stacy was shot in the leg, but she survived. As the three left the scene, Tony cut his hand on a car bumper, leaving vital blood evidence that would be used to implicate him. In October, the trio was looking to sell their stolen guns. However, the dealer was an undercover cop, so James and Sampson were arrested, but Tony was able to flee. Police searched the trailer that Tony and Edward shared, finding 23 stolen guns, including a pistol with a laser sight that a witness at the Dyer shooting saw. The police had found the blood evidence at the scene as well, along with reports that Tony had gone to a local hospital to be treated for a bleeding thumb. Despite all the progress of the investigation, Tony was far away from Nevada. Since he was fleeing prosecution, he was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted list, with his picture shown in the TV program as well. Tony had stolen a birth certificate and a social security card from his nephew Shane Wade. He used these stolen documents to obtain a driver's license in his nephew's name. While on the run, Tony would be arrested in Utah for transporting 43 pounds of weed. The next month, he was arrested again for DUI in Illinois. Since Tony had used his nephew's alias, Shane, who was on a National Guard scholarship, had to work to clear his name, even being pulled over after police incorrectly thought he had a warrant in Utah. Shane also had to petition the court to lift a 3-month license suspension after Tony's DUI arrest. On March 1st, 1998, almost 2 years after the murders, an anonymous tip led officers to a hotel room in Atlanta, where Tony was finally arrested. He had changed his hair color and initially denied his identity. Tony's father, Charlie, would plead guilty to a misdemeanor charge of obstructing a peace officer when he gave a fake license with Tony's photo to a cop. He was sentenced to a year of probation. In 1996, Sampson was charged with possession of stolen property and possession of a firearm by a felon, and he was sentenced to 20 to 50 months in prison. All three men were charged for the murders, but the judge decided that there wasn't enough evidence to fully indict James and Simpson, so their charges were dropped. But the murder conviction stuck with Tony. Tony would deny his guilt at trial, saying that he was present during the robbery at the gun store and present during the shooting of Dyer, but he swore he didn't pull the trigger. Yeah, right. He claimed that he only participated in the murders out of fear of Sampson and only went on the run because he thought no one would believe him even if he turned himself in. Okay. Tony was acquitted of killing Mata and Garcia, but found guilty of killing Dyer. During his sentencing hearing, he said, "I'm so sorry this had to happen," and begged the jury for mercy. Tony's lawyers argued that his age warranted leniency. They said it was unfair for him to be executed when his co-defendants walked free. The jury ultimately spared his life and recommended life in prison with a possibility of parole after 40 years, which was the lightest sentence possible. Tony will be eligible for parole in 2038 when he is 62 years old. Jurors said that while they believed Tony shot Dyer, They decided to spare his life due to the lack of other violent incidents in his life before and after the murders. I mean, okay. Sampson was released from prison in August 1999. On November 14, 2000, he approached a Las Vegas convenience store. He cut the phone lines to try to disable the alarm before cutting a hole in the roof to get inside. Then he cut the power lines to the store's security cameras. However, he missed the camera as he was captured breaking into video poker machines, attempting to drill open an ATM, and pouring lighter fluid around the store before setting it on fire. Since the store sold interstate commerce, Sampson faced a federal arson charge, but he took a plea deal for 150 months in prison, as well as being ordered to pay $463,000 in restitution. Sampson was released in 2012. I'm just confused on how they got away with stealing 30,075 guns. How did they get away with that? How do you get away with stealing 75 guns? Like, that's just astronomical. The fact that he just shifted from just a regular normal guy to someone who just wanted to just shoot people just for nothing. That's the weird thing about this thing. It's a weird thing about this world, man, because you never know. It could be anybody. Somebody could be the nicest person next day, and all of a sudden they just turn into some evil monster. You're laughing at you shooting people, innocent people, for no reason. Then you're going to say like, oh, I was there when they stole the guns. I was there when we used the guns to shoot a guy, but I didn't pull the trigger. Like, come on, dude. Like, how dumb do you think people are? Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have been hanging out with these type of people. Oh, can you forgive me? And the fact that his dad tried to like help him escape too, that's the crazy part. And then he stole his nephew's identity and then screwed his nephew's life up because he got charges using his name. So now he had to fight to get rid of those charges. Like, that's just crazy. I don't know. That's extremely selfish. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Leave a like if you enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Do not forget to turn on my post notifications if you haven't already. Thank you. Please be safe. Stay on the grind. I'm out. Peace.